This podcast is sponsored by Science Based Learning. Discover effective language acquisition with their unique system combining ebooks, audiobooks, and videos with an online practice app using spaced repetition to boost retention. Visit sciencebasedlearning.com today.
Mastering Spanish Gestures in Business, a guide for beginners. Discover essential Spanish gestures to enhance your business communication and cultural understanding. Improve your Spanish skills with practical tips. Spanish Gestures in Business, what you need to know. Hey, so I was thinking the other day about how important body language is when meeting folks from different cultures, especially in business settings. If you're planning to learn Spanish or maybe attend some meetings in Spain or Latin America, getting a handle on Spanish gestures can really boost your communication game. It's not just about speaking the language, but also about reading and using gestures that reflect respect, friendliness, or even emphasis during conversations. For example, have you ever noticed how expressive people from Spain can be? They often use their hands to add spice to the conversation, which really helps convey meaning beyond words. If you're in a meeting and someone nods with a slight upward lift of the eyebrows, it's a positive sign. They are engaged and interested. But if someone sometimes raises one hand with the palm facing down and moves it side to side, that usually means calm down or take it easy. It's subtle but meaningful. So if you're taking a Spanish language course or just starting with beginner Spanish lessons, paying attention to these nonverbal cues will help you make better connections. Remember, gestures vary in different Spanish-speaking countries, but there are some commonly understood ones. The OK sign, holding your thumb and index finger to make a circle, means OK, or perfect in Spain. But in some Latin American countries, it can have a more offensive meaning, so be careful. Pointing. Spaniards generally avoid pointing directly at others as it can be seen as rude. Instead, they use the whole hand or nod to indicate someone or something. Handshake style. When greeting in business, the handshake is firm but not overpowering. Often, it's accompanied by a polite nod or direct eye contact. Another interesting gesture in Spanish business culture is the use of the chin flick. This is when someone flicks the back of their fingers forward from under their chin. It can mean I don't care or whatever, so definitely avoid this in formal contexts. Why does this matter? Well, if you want to be taken seriously in business meetings, understanding these small cultural details can help you avoid misunderstandings or accidentally offending someone. Plus, it shows respect and effort, which usually pays off. When you start to mix learning basic Spanish phrases with an awareness of gestures, your communication becomes richer and more natural. It's almost like having insider knowledge that sets you apart from other foreigners who might only stick to the language textbook. If you're serious about starting your Spanish journey, I highly recommend checking out Science Based Learning. Their method isn't just about memorizing words. It's about understanding how people actually use language in real-life scenarios, including cultural gestures and expressions. Their approach aligns perfectly with how we naturally pick up languages, making your learning efficient and practical. So when you're ready, start your language journey now by visiting Science Based Learning. Whether you want to brush up on Spanish for beginners or elevate your skills using practical lessons, it's a smart choice that blends the science of learning with real-world application. Before I wrap up, here's a quick takeaway for anyone heading to Spain or working with Spanish-speaking colleagues. Pay attention to gestures as much as words. A simple hand movement could complement your message or, if used wrongly, could send the wrong vibe. Try to observe when people smile, nod, or use hand signals during conversations. It's a fantastic way to get a feel for the culture and improve your interpersonal skills. All right, that's it for now. Keep these tips in mind, and you'll not only improve your spoken Spanish, but also your overall communication in business situations. Remember, learning a language isn't just about the words, but also about understanding the people behind them.